Hi, this is the team review, page 2, questions 3 through 7. The standard is 7EE1. Question 3. Write an equivalent expression to show the relationship of multiplication and addition. Okay, so I've got to include multiplication and addition in the expression that I write. P plus P plus P plus P. Well, I can see that that is repeated addition. Oop, maybe I need to select a color. So here is here is P plus P plus P plus P. That's repeated addition. Then I see here Q plus Q, and then I see here R plus R plus R. Again, repeated addition. Well, repeated addition is the same as multiplication, so instead of writing P plus P plus P plus P, I can simply write 4P plus 2Q plus 3R. Now I can't continue because they're different variables, each representing a different number, so I have to stop right there. 4P plus 2Q plus 3R. Question 4. 7P times 8E. Okay, well 7P, I know that that represents multiplication. It means 7 times P. So I can write that out. 7 times P times 8 times E. Aha! Now I've got a whole bunch of multiplication. I know that the commutative property applies to multiplication. Commute meaning move, so that means I can move these terms around. So I'm going to move my regular numbers, my constant numbers, to be together. 7 times 8, and then I'm going to keep my variables separate, but I'm going to put them in alphabetical order, times E times P. Now I can simplify, because 7 times 8, I can simplify that. So 7 times 8 is 56. E and P have to stay as variables because I don't know what number they represent. So 56EP. Then I have to stop there because I cannot continue simplifying anymore because I do not know what numbers E and P represent. Question 5. Which expressions are equivalent to 2x plus 8x plus 55? All right, well, first thing I can do is I can combine like terms. So, like terms, I'm using green for variables. So 2x and 8x, they have the same variable, meaning that they are like terms, so I can combine those. So that will be 10x. But this is a constant, I cannot combine it. I'll use red for my constant. So plus 55. So that's one way that I could write it. Now I notice that there is a that they have a common factor, 10 and 5. I can divide them both by 5, meaning that I can put 5 outside the parentheses. 5 times 2x would be 10x, so 5 times 2x, plus 5 times 11 would be 55. So that's another equivalent expression. So 10x plus 55 is the same as 5 times 2x plus 11, because 5 times 2x is 10x, and 5 times 11 is 55. I'm not sure if I can think of any other ones, but those two at least I know are equivalent. Let me look at the answer choices. A, 8x plus 55 plus 2x. Well, sure, that's equivalent. All they did was moved things around, and they can do that because of the commutative property of addition. So 2x plus 8x plus 55 is equivalent to 8x plus 55 plus 2x, just simply moving things around. 5 times 2x, well, that makes 10x, that's equivalent, but 5 times 55 is not 55, so that one is not equivalent. 5 times 2x is 10x, 5 times 11 is 55. Oh, I wrote that one down myself, so I know that that one is equivalent. 10x plus 55, yep, I got that one by combining like terms, so I know that one is equivalent. 65x, no way, can't do that because that would mean combining unlike terms. 10x has a variable, don't know what number is represented by that variable, but I know it's 10 times some number, and that's just 55 on its own. So you can't combine those two, you cannot combine unlike terms, so 65x is definitely not equivalent. A, C, and D should all be selected. Question 6. It says, write each expression in standard form. Okay, standard form, I know that that means the shortest possible way, to write this expression. Okay, so I'm going to try to combine like terms to make it shorter. First, I'm going to see if there's any subtraction here or if I can move things around. I see a negative, but I don't see any subtraction. I see negative 5j plus 12 plus 4j plus 5. Great. It's all addition, so I can move things around because of the commutative property. Negative 5j plus 4j plus 12 plus 5. Move things around because of the commutative property. Now I can combine. Oops, I forgot to use my variable color. So my variables, I've got negative 5j plus 4j. So I've got opposite signs. I subtract negative 1j, or you can just write negative j. And then I'm going to combine my constants, my regular numbers, plus 12 plus 5 is 17. So that's 17. Give myself a little tiny bit more space, if I can. Good. Okay. Now, negative 1j, I don't have to write to make it as short as possible. We don't need the 1, so we don't write the 1. So it's going to be negative 1, or it's negative j plus 17. Number 7, last one on this page. First thing I'm going to do is make sure that I can move the terms around. So I'm going to change subtraction to adding the opposite. Boom, boom. Now I have 6y plus negative 9 plus 2y plus 7. Now I've got all additions, so I can move things around. First I'm going to gather my variable terms, the terms that have variables. 6y plus 2y, and my constants are negative 9 plus 7. Oh, I forgot the plus sign. Plus negative 9 plus 7. So now I can combine my variables. 6y plus 2y equals 8y, and my constants, negative 9 plus 7 is negative 2 plus negative 2. You can leave it at that, or you can write it the shortest possible way. The standard form would be 8y minus 2. But 8y plus negative 2 is totally acceptable. 8y plus negative 2 is the same as 8y minus 2. These are both acceptable. That's the end of page